stairs. Nia coming in, but will take the hit. Eruption on the generator as well. Eruption and Call of Ride. Nia does take a hit through the wall. So I don't know. Oh, and the dissolution value. These survivors. Deliverance from Claudette. Sprint bursting to the heart.
It's the same with these masks in the one event. She didn't get a mask either.
No.
Michael.
Oh, the ground.
Yeah, oh, that was live. Look at this thing.
They're trying.
Pokey, nerf Nancy, man.
She's gonna get hacked, maybe.
Oh my god, she might just get hacked potentially. I think she does. Holy cow. I cannot believe.
They do get the spirit reset and they get the down.
Yes, they will get the survivors leaving the trial, and there's going to be the teleport. The piano. She's right here. Nia needs to go.
All right, and we are back with another match of Champions of the Fog. And we are starting off things speedy here as we're going to be seeing Tremor's Blight against Aeternum Survivor Team on the Suffocation Pit. And today, I am joined by Avi. Avi, how you doing today?
Hello, it's been quite a while, but like you said, we are starting things speedy, and he's searching and looking for victims already, though no one in sight at the moment.
Yeah, Survivors have done a good job of evading the ire of this Blight as they do rush around the Blighted Crow and Blighted Rat. As of right now, only perk that we are aware of is, of course, the good old faithful Corrupt Intervention, which the Survivors have already done a pretty good job of avoiding for about a third of it, but Ada, now in the crosshairs of the Blight, will be dropping Shackpow quite early, but Blight not looking to break it, and honestly not even looking to chase as they see a Survivor trying to make their way towards the main building.
Also, want to point out, this Corrupt is not very Blight friendly or killer friendly, but unfortunately we got an ace, so hope let's see if we can catch up to this man here.
Yeah, Ace trying to go over towards main side, start working on those non-corrupted gens, but it looks like a lucky break coming into effect as there was no scratch marks, no blood, and now Feng Min going to be taking chase instead as they will get hit, trying a little bit of a cheeky play with their firecracker, but unable to get the blind.
Yeah, the ace just disappeared. He pulled the Houdini there, but some very fast movements here, and Fang able to avoid it, and Blight leading the chase as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking Blight a little bit concerned about the uncorrupted gens, and for good reason, as we hear a little bit of progress on that gen, but not enough for the Blight to really be all too concerned. I imagine they're going to go behind main building here, which surprisingly enough does not have any progress. That is usually the go-to gen for this map, but Blight going to be rushing off, finding the Ada instead, and just unable to get that bounce there off the wall to potentially get a Blighted rush.
Yeah, go to gen indeed. You can look at that. That's actually a 4-gen on that side. If the Blight decides to protect it, it might be a little bit of a game to get those gens done. But try to do a hug tech here, and got the Ada handle this. You have any? The Blight decides to change the chase often, so we'll see if he can stay able to stick to this one.
Yeah, they have been jumping from chase to chase, but looks like they will be going for the down on the ADO, successfully getting it, not getting the vacuum on the pallet, and we are going to see the second perk here. That there, my friends, is a brutal strength, as that was a pretty quick kick. Now, mind you, Blight unable to bring him down into the basement because that shack pallet is still down from what we saw earlier.
Yeah, he thought that's going to wiggle for sure. Unfortunately, he decided not to kick that. He could have had a nice little kill, most likely, in that basement. And Claudette showing her little booty there near the hook.
Yeah, trying to avoid the Blight, just unable to do so as Blight turned just the right way to catch a peek of the Claudette. Will get the hit there, potentially an unhook, and that there is going to be a 1-for-1 trade, I imagine, though very likely for the benefit of a deliverance. Blight going to be being patient, though, not going for the hit there, instead going for a little bit of a mind game, and will just barely be able to miss the Ada there as she does drop the pallet.
That was a good attempt, I gotta say, but yeah, Ada did a really good slidey slide through the against that pallet. Oh, and Blight just missing that. I think he meant to hit those boxes, unfortunately. But still gets the Ada down.
Yeah, it does get her down, but if Claudia did in fact have a deliverance, that will secure that deli play for her. Though a decisive strike coming on in. Will she be able to get to that pallet in time with a bladed rush? Not able to make it happen, and Ada avoiding the hit initially, but getting down thereafter.
Oh no, this light is way too speedy for that decisive, unfortunately.
Yeah, decisive certainly is not what it used to be, but now that we see the Blight turned around there with a gen completed, that there, friends, is in fact a Rancor.
Interesting. Hopefully the survivors notice. Oh, hello. I didn't even hear her.
Yeah, honestly, a bit of a surprise there. Did not realize she was there either, so I think a surprise for both the Blight and the Claudia alike, but we do see the unhook there from the Feng Min. We do see the BT hit on Ada, giving her a little bit of distance, but it's against the Blight. Ain't gonna be much, so Ada gonna have to try their best to block line of sight, and unfortunately, Feng Min not able to come in the nick of time, as Ada will get down and put on the hook for the final time here.
Oh, it looks like Feng was just a tad bit millisecond too late for that hit. She tried though. I saw that attempt. Unfortunately, the play was too fast.
Just a little, but on the bright side, these fires have done a fantastic job in completing these gens. 3 gens already completed. That is a good point for them to be in a 3v1 scenario, so still a possibility of them getting some outs. However, Claudia going back down on the ground, just unable to avoid the Blight, but it looks like Blight will slicker out again. I'm thinking that he's thinking the same thing that I am, which is that they have deliverance in hand.
Yes.
But Feng Min gonna be dropping that pallet early. Blight not really caring, getting the hit through the window to boot.
Oh yeah, that's a long little cane he's got, so it's gonna reach.
Yeah, just a little, you know, not as long as Mr. Freddie Stretch Armstrong, but Feng Min kind of in an awkward position here, but Blight just unable to get in between the tree and the wall there, as Feng will drop another pallet, but this brutal strain is going to be coming in play, as we do see the 4th gen popping off. I mean, these survivors, I'm starting to think more and more are going to potentially get at least a 1, if not 2 men out.
Yeah, I agree. They did really good efficient work. Oh my, it'll be good. Claudia is still on the floor. Ace is on the one who's gonna rule out here. What he's gonna do. I think he popped the gen on this side, on where the Blight is at. So if he just go for Claudia, it's gonna be a long trip there.
Yeah, and looks like the Blight will end up cutting off the Ace. We did see some scratch marks making their way towards the middle of the map, but I do not think they're able to get there in time. The question is there a Unbreakable in play? I don't think we've seen it thus far, so Feng Min could have it, but, you know, it's possible that the Ace does instead. It's be the worst case scenario here for these survivors.
Yeah, you stay at the pallet there. Potentially, Ace could make it to Claudia if that is the plan. Most likely should be. It's nothing else we could do at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing to keep in mind, and we say it all the time when it comes to S tiers, it's not about how many survivors you get outside of the match, it's how many gens you complete, and I will give these survivors credit where credit's due. They've already gotten 4 gens completed, so they're in a really good spot, but Blight going to be committing here to the hook, so I imagine we will see this deliverance come into play, or at least supposed deliverance. There's almost a guarantee at this point that it is.
Yeah, there's some behaviors, like this Claudia was very, very brave in that unhook, so there could most likely be one. If not, I'm gonna be very surprised.
You and me both, but scratch marks being found out here. There's the Ace just barely dodging that hit there, and sure enough, there's the deliverance from the Claudette. 2 survivors now up off the ground, means that the Claudette could potentially go for the unhook on the Feng Min, but I think the Blight's thinking just that, and they're gonna make their way to the 1-for-1 trade.
Oh, let's see. Get it safely. Trying to do that curve.
Yeah, just unable to get that flick though, so now means that we have 3 survivors up off the ground. This is actually a prime position for these survivors to be in. Now, mind you, Claudia did go down pretty quickly thereafter, but this is exactly where survivors wanted to be, where now they have the opportunity to potentially get some progress on a gen, potentially get the heal on the Feng Min, and I mean, Claudia still has 60 seconds on the clock before there's impacted campfire via the entity.
And the gen spread's pretty good also, so they could potentially be on that far gen, but this one is also being progressed. Let's see what the plan is. And pop?
That was in fact a pop. Goes below regressing that gen by 30% of its current progression. You know, that's the 4th and final perk that we were unaware of until now, but not getting a lot of value on that gen as it did not have a lot of progress. The question is where these last 2 survivors might be.
Yep, all of them are. They got 2 choices. One could be doing a gen, the other one obviously doing the unhook, or they could be double healing. In my case, I think I'd be the one doing the gen. But we'll see,
Yeah.
we'll see.
We will. I mean, we didn't see any blood on those scratch marks, so it's very
Yeah.
likely that that was the ace, meaning that there might be an injured Feng Min kind of sitting on these gens. The question is whether or not they're going to be able to avoid the Blight if he makes their way over towards them. Blight looking around, unable to find where these survivors may have gone, though. They do see some scratch marks make their way into main.
Oh, yep, there it is. There she is. Yeah, they might have been doing the gem back here. I would also work on that one about if I... Oh my god, I'm so scared. Probably safer than this side for now, but I don't think there's a... Look, now there's...
Yeah, a real daring play here by the Feng Min, going from pallet to pallet, dropping them in the Blight's face. A bit of a vacuum pallet there, getting the Feng Min, interestingly enough, some distance of a life, able to get them to this pallet, but unable to revault it as they will end up going down. Though this has given both the Ace and the Claudia enough time to heal up. So some pressure kind of being taken away from the Blight, but the real question is whether or not it will matter, as Feng Min now going to be cooked here over by these last remaining gems.
Oh my, that was awkward. Oh, that was very quick unhook. They were right there, ready to unhook already. I think they were like trying to do that jump back here, but I think Ace is for sure doing one. There it is. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, Blight called their bluff. He knew that if they were going to commit to that chase, they were going to lose the survivors or end this last gen. And so really, really impressive stuff by the survivors, timing that just right, taking some risks where they can in a really calculated way. And Ace will end up getting picked here in the locker. Blight being a little bit keen on that lucky break this time around. But this is going to result in at least a 2-man out.
Oh, there you go. I think he may potentially have head on, maybe, because I think he had to be quiet unless he went in there slowly, because you could hear him, you know, doing his grunts of pain. I could hear a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to say. So maybe it was a head-on, quick and quiet lucky break combo that this Ace was using.
Most likely, let's see after post game. It looked like he was the sneaky one of this match.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. He had some really interesting chase breaks, to say the least. But that being said, that there will in fact be the end of this trial number 1. Don't worry though, we are going to be setting up trial number 2 here in just a few moments. All right, and we are back with trial number 2, set number 1, Aeternum killing against Tremor's Survivor team. And they are going to need to get a 10 stage 3K. There we go. So I was about to say a 10K 3 stage, which, you know, 10 survivors in one game would be very interesting.
Ty, you guys are impossible with these conditions. But look at this. The Nia, we're starting.
Ooh, and cheeky firecracker there. Nia getting a good blind on the Blight, and looks like survivors making their way over towards main side, but getting broken up just as Blight makes her way and gets a hit on the Nancy. So really strong plays here from the Blight so far. Let's see if they're able to make it work.
Yeah, I typically like this tile, but with the Blight, it could be kind of a ride, because Blight can... Oh, never mind. There we go. Hello. Oh, wow. Okay. Well done.
Yeah, a bit of a dance there between Nancy and Blight, moving around that tile, but Nancy looking to be going down here, trying to get into the locker, but just not in the nick of time, that they're being the first down of this match. And so far, we only know of one perk here, which of course is Corrupt Intervention. The other 3 yet to have been shown, as we do see, looks like Steve and, Ace and Nia here. But a Pop Goes Weasel and Brutal Strength now being revealed, as we did see that yellow progress bar. So that gen is going to be regressed by 30% of its current progression.
Similar build to the last Blight, but we'll see if the last perk is also the same as the last Blight. For now, we got a Nancy to catch.
Yeah, Blight seemingly going for the tunnel here, and I mean, we can announce what the last perk is, as survivors will be keenly aware of it as soon as they touch that gen. It is in fact an overcharge, so not only are every gen or each gen being regressed by 30% of its current progression if this Blight has popped up, but also upwards of, I think, what, 100% with overcharge as well.
Oh yeah, overcharge got a little bit of a buff too, didn't it? Like last patch, if I remember correctly.
I don't think it. I think it got not as necessarily a buff to a point where like it and Colubrine are now like the same, and to where if you wanted like the equivalent of Colubrine stats, you now need to use both together. Blast Mine coming in though, your favorite perk to be seen.
My people.
Yeah, I mean, with the Gen Kick meta, it makes sense. It delays the killer quite significantly, especially as we do see a 4 people there from this arena trying to keep this survivor in the match. We'll see if it is going to happen, as we do see a vault there. Looks like from this arena, it looks like Blight will change their target and knock the whole out.
Oh boy. Barely, yeah. There's nothing going on in here. This is a 3 lane, right? Yeah, 3 lane. It's a little bit trickier with the Blight when they can just smoothly go down those little aisles, especially with these fast add-ons going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Blight looking around for that Nancy, unable to find them though. We do see 2 gens popping off. The survivors were looking to be in a little bit of a weaker position before, but trying to bring things back now after these chases and unhooks. That being said, we do see that no real progress has been done on the gens over here, unless the Nancy has snuck on by, as we do see Blight making her way back over towards the main side.
We got a middle gen, which means there's a balance of gens on each side, which is good for them. But like you said, oh dang it, I don't know why I was expecting Blastman again. I'm more looking forward to.
You know, one day, Avi will have a game mode where every survivor has a 0 cooldown blast mine, and every gen is gonna get blast mine. But today is not that day, as Blight does find the Nia here and is now gonna pursue and chase.
Yeah, Nia. I think the pallet's still there. Actually, she might have a. Yep, the pallet's still there.
Yeah, Blight going for that hug tech once again. This Blight on point with those hug techs, as they are just able to slide and get those downs at those piles very cleanly. So amazing job there. So you see Nia put up on the hook. Of course, this means that another Pop Goes Weasel in hand. And this gen just seen better days, as they've already been popped once, but this will be the second time.
What? Wait, hello?
Yeah, Blight opted to say, you know what? Never mind. I changed my mind here.
I'll save it.
I'm not sure if the Blight like heard something, saw something, or what, but
maybe.
Either ways, I think they're going back to the gen now, actually committing. Maybe they thought like, what if there's a blast mine on this?
I mean, that's probably why, honestly. Blast mine causing some little bit of trust issues now with gens, and Ace getting away to the other side of the map, which I think Blight knows. It's like, no, you know what? Everything's on this side. I'm gonna stay over here.
Yeah, we see Nia here trying to take this BT hit, but instead they're going to go for the Nancy. This is exactly what the Blight wants. They want to get this survivor out of a match as quickly as possible. Like we said earlier, the win condition is a 3K10 hook for Aeternum, and they are starting to make more and more progress towards that goal.
Ooh, God dang. These Blight players, man, they're too fast.
Yeah, I know they are very good at what they do, to say the least. No survivor coming in for a pallet save, unfortunately for this Nancy, as they will be sent back to the campfire via the entity. Yeah, Blight at this point in time just needs to get another 2 kills, and they are golden.
Well, I think it's doable, I believe, but if the survivors are efficient with the gens, that might be a challenge for him as well. But I think they should be on the gen, I believe, but they are all injured. So if they're in the wrong place, it could very much snowball very easily here.
Yeah, that's the question of the day. We do see another gen popping off, and yeah, Survivor's not healing up, and it's very curious as to why. Nia trying to go for the fake there at that window, but Blight just not falling for it. Maybe waiting for a dead hard from that Nia, but no dead hard here today, and looks like we will be seeing Nia go down into the basement.
Yeah, this Blight is very, very patient, or he's just focusing on that condition. But I gotta wait. And he sure did. Nice. Zooming out of the basement, going towards potentially I don't mind. They're not. Maybe a heal. Oh, maybe scratch marks taking him to the point.
Yeah, looks like they were able to find the Zarina still injured from before. It's exactly what the Blight wants to see. This could result in a very short chase, especially as the resources around here have been reduced quite heavily. So it looks like Zarina will be going down, and that just leaves the Ace now in the basement. Blight knowing exactly where they are.
One of them's gonna get smacked right now.
I mean, you said it and it happened. I wasn't sure it was, but apparently the entity had other plans.
Oh man, my timing is so good.
Cast a curse right there in full force.
And the poor Bly also getting cursed by sliding around the tree or the rock. I forget what it was, but he just slid around that.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes Hitbox is just not in the Blight's favor. And we do see that power stun from the Nia, though. Blight looking to potentially just drop chase, allowing that Nia to waste some time mending. Blight just wanting to ensure that these stars are unable to get another gen completed.
Yep, yeah, because he still has a good briefing over here, and he can easily just zoom back and forth. The middle gen is, you know, he's like whatever about it, but this region, this is a big region that he can keep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was about to say, I wasn't sure if the Blight saw him, but I just saw the Ace just like really holding their ground, making sure that like, all right, maybe he doesn't see me.
He's nodding. He's like, oh yeah, I saw him. Don't worry.
Oh, that was excellent. Honestly, it's like right outside the corner of the camera. But looks like we do have the Zarina here going down as well, leaving just the Nia and scratch marks in the distance. Blight knowing exactly where they are, though. Looks like they're going to opt to go for the pickup instead.
Yep, he's like, I'm just chilling for now, but if this Nia does something crazy of a play to actually somehow get this game rolling again, the Blight will have to regret it. But for now, he's just zooming around and finding this person.
Yeah, trying to see if they can find the Nia, and there she is. I was about to say, we heard a moan of pain, and it definitely was not from the Ace. You know, he's a little bit too quiet for most killers here. But looks like Blight gonna go for what could potentially be the last down of this match. Unless there's a deliverance, unless it's unbreakable, that will be that.
Oh, you know, I gotta say, this Blight did 3 things that were the same style and he predicted him well, where he, like for example, at that 3 lane, he was able to know when they're about to vault, and what he did, he went back in the perfect timing, and he did that right now with this Zarina. He just went back around instead of going, you know, going around and bumping in a full circle. So they did this 3 times in this match, I noticed.
Oh yeah, no, honestly, really strong plays by the Blight, to say the least, knowing exactly how to maneuver around these tiles, around these obstacles. And we do see Ace now on the for the first time. There's still potential for deliverance, I believe. But I think that means that Blight, yep, he's going to do the smart thing and just kind of wait things out. Nia has plenty of time to just kind of hang out on the ground with Blight here. And that leaves the Ace to potentially unhook themselves. But no, looks like Blight going to go for the pickup, feeling confident that the Ace, in fact, does not have it. Yeah, I think he's going to just make sure that Ace doesn't deli into hatch, but with Nia being sent back to the campfire via the entity, yep, there it is. There's the 4K for the Blight and Aeternum as they'll walk away victorious here in set number 1. Do not worry, though, as we have more trials here after, as we're going to move into set 2 now. This time on Father Campbell's Chapel, we're going to see the judge, the jury, the executioner themselves, the Pyramid Head. We're going to get all right, and we are back for set number 2, trial number 3, Aeternum killing against Tremor's survivor team as the executioner. And they are out on the prowl on the Father Campbell's Chapel, trying to see where these survivors might be and if they are kind of landlocked here over on the carnival.
Yeah, we got a good corrupt zone right here in the carnival, and we are not having fun today. No carnival for anybody. So,
yeah,
Nia's trying.
I was about to say, Nia trying to have some fun, but Pyramid Head going to be ruining that, as we do hear that pallet drop, but Pyramid Head faking it out will go for the M1 instead. Really solid hit there, and looks like it could potentially mean a very early down here, as we are just now starting Corrupt Intervention. Nia going back to that pallet. Could be a potential life, but nothing there. Going for the hit, and there it is!
Ouch! That hit the ankles.
I mean, that is the power of the Birdman painting and the wax dogs, and that just by a little bit, just enough to clip the back of that Nia's hitbox. I imagine even they were quite surprised, to say the least, but so far, no sign of any other perks, just Corrupt Intervention. The other 3 currently a bit of an unknown to both us and the survivors alike. But Pyramid Head going to be roaming around, trying to see where these gens are being worked on. Sounds like both main and the gen next to main. But with this being early enough, they might actually be interested in progressing Nia here to second stage.
Yep. That's the plan here. Well, everybody's probably doing gens on one side or maybe in the middle, trying to spread out here and there. But looks like Pinhead is trying to kind of a little peek over here, finding a survivor, an ace to say, taking him away. But Pinhead knows what he's doing. He said no.
Yeah, they're just interested in kind of pushing the ace off the gen, keeping things nice and slow. We do see Rancor there, and Pyramid did a double take that I did too, seeing that snapshot aura of Nia on the hook. Like, wait 1 second. But so far that means that no one's nearby. Deadlock as well in main, which we see is the most progressed gen between that and Aces. But Nia going to move into second stage here. Honestly, Ace is probably the last survivor that the Pyramid wants to chase right now, as they are in fact the Rancor target.
Yep. You know, I never thought about it, but you know, Rancor's not that bad for, you know, even in, I mean, obviously it shows your auras, but like when you want to know the, you know, where the survivors are in this case, you know, in this, you know, comp scene, it's really nice to see where they are with Rancor.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, especially as in Group A, we have all auras banned, but snapshot auras are the exception to that rule. It definitely makes a lot of sense, but Nancy going to be coming in, Pyramid going to be pressuring the unhook. The biggest thing here is that even if they do get the unhook, Pyramid could potentially get the double hit. We see Kate coming in, Nancy as well, trying to get that injured there on the Nancy, and unsuccessful to do so, and Pyramid just going to wait now.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we're taking a little bit of a block here. Can we get 3 in a row? Nope.
Yeah, Pyramid was thinking about it, seeing if they could, but looks like Nancy will take that 1-for-1 trade, though no. Pyramid saying, you know what, I'm going to ignore you outright. I want a survivor out of the match. We see Ace completing their gen there, and looks like Nia will be bringing Pyramid over towards Shaq's side.
And also, if you notice, with that aura, the white gen above, that's Deadlock.
Yep, that is in fact a deadlock, but unfortunately for the Nia, there is no way out here today, as they'll be sent back to the campfire via the entity.
Yeah, this Nia kept that hook warm in the carnival, but that's what you get for having fun in the carnival, okay?
Yep, no fun allowed here on Father Campbell's Chapel.
Back to the campfire.
Indeed. But that being said, now it's going to come down to if the Pyramid can find a survivor and get them down pretty quickly. These survivors definitely wasting no time on these generators, as we see right there. Main building with a lot of progress as well. I'm wondering if it's even 99 to try and counteract Deadlock here, but now it's going to be trying to box out the Nancy. And Nancy taking the gamble, but just not paying off for her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, with Pyramid Head, you know, it's some Pyramid Heads are very keen on where to aim, and it looks like this one just actually knows where to get them on the ankles. But someone back here potentially not just
Yeah, it looks like they were at some point. We definitely saw that snapshot aura, though it may have been the Nancy's earlier. Pyramid even going as far as checking the lockers just to make sure, but oh, there they are.
There they are. Oh my.
Yeah, really close shave there by the Ace, thinking that they might just be able to bait out and get the unhook, but Pyramid just playing a little bit smarter. Now just leaving the Ace in the Kate. We do see scratch marks making the way into main. Looks like with the blood trail, that is the Ace, but no sign of Kate as of yet.
Kate is doing some background stuff. Oh, Lord. Yeah, she's definitely gonna have to be the hero now. Oh,
yep,
she's right there. Oh.
Yeah, that is the worst case scenario. So really smart play there by the Pyramid Head. Something that a lot of people do forget. Their Punishment of the Damned comes out in a wave, so if you know you're going to get stunned, you can launch that right as it locks the survivor into place. It's a fantastic play, to say the least, and we saw that coming out in full force there, as we do see the Nancy progressing to second stage as well.
Yep. Okay, well, Kate's getting a little bit of a run here, so let's see it. Let's see if maybe someone has an unbreakable. So far, not good.
Yeah, Kate's trying to make something work here, potentially trying to get a pickup here on the Ace, but Pyramid going to go for the 3 down, almost getting the hit on the Kate, but just unable to make it work, and Kate screaming for, not sure if it's joy or if it's fright, as they keep on tripping over that trail of torment.
Oh no, she's doing her best, look at her go, but we got everybody on the floor now. Oh no.
Yeah, really well played here by the Pyramid Head. Survivors trying their best to bring things back. And yeah, that gen, just 99 for the deadlock. That's the risk, right? Like, if you 99 that gen, there's that risk that you might not have time to go and pop it. And looks like we are going to be seeing the Ace put on for the final hook. No way for the Kate to escape the cage at this time. And that there looks like the end of trial number 3, set number 2. We are going to be seeing Tremor switch sides here, where they are going to be playing the Pyramid Head in response. And looks like they are going to need to get a 4K at 3 gens completed or less in order to force a set number 3.
Dang, those 2 gens are ready to go. Like, although the middle gen, main gen was ready to pop, but that one was pretty close too. They almost got there.
They did. I think it just came down to a unfortunate spine of that ace there back in the carnival. If the ace could have potentially hit for just a little bit longer, they may be able to claw this match back into their favor. But unfortunately for them, just not going to happen. And yeah, Kate moving to second stage in the cage. I imagine going to be letting go here in just a few moments, which will bring in the end of this trial.
Next Pyramid Head. Let's see if we can battle it out. Because it looks like the last blight on the second game, that one got the conditioning done, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aeternum winning set number 1. So it's going to come down to set number 4 here, where Tremor's going to, like I said, get a 4K at 3 gens completed or less in order to force a set number 3. But we'll be finding out here shortly, as we are going to get that lobby set up. All right, and we are back for what could be the final trial of this match. Tremor going to be killing against Aeternum Survivor Team once again with the judge, the jury, the executioner himself, the Pyramid Head, and they are going to need to get a 4K at 3 gens completed or less in order to secure a victory.
Okay, it's just this corrupt is saying no fun at the carnival. Like all this corrupt zones are no carnival fun today, but no survivor found like the last match this time. So let's see what we can find them this time around. Oh, I thought I saw something in the corner of my eye, but maybe
I thought so too,
Yeah.
but I couldn't really make it out.
yeah, like I saw like a piece of hair, maybe Claudette's hair, but we'll see. Yeah, very quiet so far.
Yeah, no sign of them whatsoever. It's very possible that they may have made their way over towards the uncorrupted zone on Shaq's side, but we'll have to wait and see. So far, no real progress on those gens, not even a peep, as we're about halfway through a corrupted invention, and yeah, there's nothing.
Nothing. It's very quiet. They're sneaking around, or they're doing gens on the opposite side, because he has not gone all the way to the other side yet, so... Probably Maurice.
Yeah, there's nothing back here. This is impressive. I'm not sure if they're back here, or if they genuinely are on the side, but there's Yoichi coming out of nowhere. Apparently pulling a bit of a magic act here, as people are now in chase, driving them towards the carnival. Mind you, though, now this means that they are able to make their way over towards Shaq's side, where the uncorrupted gens are.
Yep. He's that yellow jacket he's got on is very, very much here I am. So.
Yeah, it's hard to miss, that's for sure.
Uh-huh. Oh, attempting the never mind, he ran away.
Yeah, Yoichi playing it smart here, trying to W away, but unable to avoid that punishment of the damned, as they will get hit at that pallet. And looks like they're going to try and keep the Pyramid here back in the carnival. You know, we'll see if Yoichi has a lot of fun, though, as they're trying to fake out the Pyramid here, do successfully dodge it, and get the stun to boot.
Very nice. Well done so far. Let's see how long we can keep this up for, though. I think that pallet was, I don't think it was kicked. I don't think it was. So he has a potential use here. Oh, no.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job managing the Pyramid here, though they do get faked out there, and that there will be the first down.
Yeah, pretty good. Well done. Unfortunately, unless they're about to pop a gen soon, that was a good chase.
Yeah, I imagine one if not two gens are. We do see Raincore once again, though, so really interesting seeing that not just once but twice. We've actually seen it through a few different matches. However, no deadlock this time round, though there is in fact a Pop Goes the Weasel.
Ooh, Pop has been a nice little comeback since I think Pop. I know we talked about overcharge, but Pop got a little bit of a tune-up, didn't it, as well?
It did indeed. It moved up from 25% of the current progression of the gen to 30% 50%, so definitely not insignificant. So
Oh, yeah.
we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of pop, I do imagine. However, looks like Pyramid Head kind of content just hanging around this gen, trying to force the ace off. We saw something kind of similar in the last match as well,
Yep.
but we do see Claudia coming in for the unhook. Will get interrupted. This is going to be forcing a 1-for-1 exchange, and I imagine they're going to go for the call out on the Yoichi.
Yep. Unfortunately, if there was a window there, oh, nice hit there, getting the Yuichi some time away, but looks like, never mind, he's not going. Well, it was actually okay to go here because this Ada took a long turn, and the LTs against Tremor could be questionable. Let's see.
Yeah, trying to go for that fake. Will successfully fake out the Ada. The question is, will they get to a pallet in time? It does not look like it.
Palm corner it is, but at least Yoichi has a little bit of time to get some gen time or whatever they gotta do to get this game going. But Ada taking the hook next.
Yeah, no, honestly, really strong plays here by Pyramid Head and survivors alike, but the fact that they now have 2 survivors currently injured, 1 on hook, leaving just the ace up, not to mention a Scourge Hook Pain Residence regressing most progressed gen by 25%.
Oh man, this Yoichi ran into a dead zone. There's nothing back here besides rocks and trees.
Yeah, you have to be careful what gens you're trying to sit up on, and Yoichi just was unlucky enough to find the wrong one. And looks like they're going to be trying to drag them in a bit more further towards the middle. Not sure if this is for a Scourge Hook or just for better placement.
It could be we do have spectator bugs, so it could be. Oh yeah. There, that was a Scourge for sure.
Yeah, really strong play here. That's now 50% off the most progressed gen. 2 more tokens left. Now, I will mention that the Survivors did, in fact, get a pretty decent heal party in, so they are all healed now, except for Yoichi, of course. Looks like Claudette will be trying to fake out that window, and they will drop the pallet, but Pyramid Head getting the hit nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. He could potentially get this. Oh, no, I might hit that button. I was going to say, is he going to try and do the little whack-a-mole in the shack with the pallet down? But he left the chase for Yoichi again. Yoichi is healed though, so if he does go for him, he's gonna have to. If Yoichi has some good runs again, like he did in the beginning, he might be able to get some distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Though getting a little bit faked out there on the pallet, taking a hit over it as well. And Yoichi going back to the carnival, but I don't know if it was all that much fun last time. Though we do see another gen popping off.
Yeah. And the pallet is down, so we could maybe get some distraction, some time wasting here, but got another pallet and a blind to boot. Ooh,
honestly,
well
a really
done.
close one. It looked like it was on point to hit the Yoichi even through the blind, but Ace doing a fantastic job distracting Pyramid Head just enough. Another mind game coming in, though, from the Pyramid Head here. And looks like Yoichi will not get tripped up this time as they get another blind mid-punishment.
This Ace is doing fantastic. I love this man. Look at him go.
He is doing the entity's work, to say the least.
Like, he's like, I don't like this Ace. I'm going for this man next because I don't like his little flashies. and Ace taking, he's gone.
Yeah, that looks to be another lucky break, and that also was the 4th generator completed, meaning that Aeternum will walk away victorious here, not just in this trial, but in set number 2 and the match overall. So congratulations to Aeternum and GG, well played to Tremor. But with that being said, we still got the rest of this match to go, so we're going to still be treated to some more prime Pyramid Head gameplay.
Very good, like on both sides, honestly. For this Pyramid had some good shots, and the survivors are doing some good stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the 3rd stack of Scourge Hook Pain Resonance get used. I do wonder if maybe that was kind of the determining factor here for the Pyramid Head, disengaging with some of the chases where they could have gotten more Scourge Hook value. But, well, never really know, as you can't really go back in time, as, you know, hindsight is 20/20 and all of that. But looks like Ace just going to be hanging here for a moment. We do see Scratch Marks making their way towards the unhook, though.
They're attempting a little bit, but who could it be? Maybe behind the walker? Yep. Going to do this right away.
Yeah, and trying to go for a blind punch of the dam.
Oh.
But we do see, I believe, a Claudette maybe going in for the unhook. We do see Ace dropping down. Pyramid trying to wait out this BT. And looks like they will be able to do so as Ace kind of caught out here on the T-wall.
Yeah. Oh, taking the long way, but not gonna make. Oh, it's a pallet, but yeah, that's also this pallet is not very secure for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're getting a stun, it just is not worth going there. And looks like this will be another hook for the Ace.
Yep. Back to the hook, but now we got Yoichi and Ace on the same. Oh my goodness, ain't that gen done? Who's the obsession? Oh, Ada is. Ada's it.
Yeah, and she is all the way over there. We saw the killer instinct from the Ada. Looks like they're making their way over towards the exit gate. And, you know, we haven't seen a Mori in COTF in quite a long time, but we could be seeing it here today with the Ada.
Oh, Ada. Oh, Lord. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. You are not in a good place right now. Oh, God.
No, especially with that vault at the window. Amazing play there by the Pyramid Head. And we see someone else going for the exit gate. And looks like Pyramid Head just determined to say, you know what, I may have lost the match, but I'll get the Mori.
Let's see. Oh my. Yoichi taking a hit. And
But Pyramid Head getting around just in the nick of time. Bloodlust one coming in, and they will get the down. And these survivors tried all they can, but...
What?
Pyramid Head!
Hey!
You robbed me of my Mori!
Hey! That she said, unless maybe, well, I was maybe he's, I don't know. Maybe they forgot. Honestly, that does happen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would be honest in saying that whenever I bring a Mori, especially during like PTB, I always forget that I have it. So,
Yeah.
been there, done that, felt that, but looks like this will be a
she's
4-man
out.
out in favor of Aeternum.
Oh man, that was rude.
All right, well, that there will end this match. Once again, congratulations to Aeternum and GG well played to Tremor.